Hi everybody, I'm Josh with Prairie.Hill.Gardens. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself and introduce to you what I'm about. This is my first video on YouTube, so bear with me. I am gonna be 40 and I've been gardening off and on since I was about 16. Started with tomatoes and a few peppers, and then tried to plant a potato and learned very quickly that it takes a lot more than just putting a potato in the ground to grow a potato. Had relatively good success with the peppers and tomatoes that year, and have grown off and on ever since then. But I'm all about bringing back the ways and going back to the ways of my family. My grandmother and my parents, my dad and my other grandparents and my mother, they all had gardens growing up. They all had cows and chickens and stuff like that. I'm not ready for cows and whatnot, but I will be getting chickens. But for now, it's all about the garden right now. So my garden, I try to keep it as organic as possible. And I say that because I've never used chemicals and I just don't like them. There's natural ways of doing it, and our forefathers did it without man-made fertilizers and chemicals and herbicides and everything else. Yes, they would lose crops, and there was, famines and everything else where they would lose entire everything. But I'm about trying to keep it as natural as possible. Natural, I want to put plants in here that are native to Texas and bring back native wildflowers and stuff like that, native plants and species and stuff like that. I mean, I will have other things that aren't native to Texas, but for the most part, just all natural, good for you. And I'm doing this on a larger scale than I ever have before. And I want to do it, and I am doing it because I want to be able to retire doing this. Selling my produce, selling seedlings, sharing with people how easy it is. It's time consuming and it's work, but the benefits of it way outweigh anything. And I really enjoy it. It brings me peace and solace being out in the garden, watching my plants, letting them talk to me, talking to my plants, and just peace and quiet, listening to the animals, birds, watching the beautiful array of butterflies and other pollinators come into my garden and pollinate my plants. It's awesome. My best friend, Danny, some of y'all know him, lives here on the property with me now, and without him, I wouldn't be able to have as big of a garden this year as I do. He's been a tremendous help, and with his knowledge and my knowledge combined, we're making a run of it. He does a lot of cactus. That's what he likes to do, and he loves his gardening and the vegetables and the peppers and everything else. And between the two of us, we bring a lot of knowledge, and we just want to be here for the community that I want to grow. And I want to be like the professional gardeners that give you good tips and somebody that you can rely on, but at the same time different than them in explaining things in layman's terms as best as I can, and teaching you the knowledge, and even doing experiments, because gardening is all about learning. You're constantly learning. I'll never know everything, and I don't the older generations that grew up doing this don't have the same knowledge as they used to. Their parents are gone now, and a lot of it's dying with them. Yes, there's a lot of people out there making these books and stuff like that about homesteading and preparedness and everything else, but you know, I saw a thing on social media that said this was everyday life 80 years ago. Now it's considered prepping. And it's funny because it's so true. Why we've gotten away from it so much. I mean, look at other countries. You know, other countries don't have the convenience and the same thing as, I mean, they do have convenience. Like, you can walk down the street and there's 12, 15 different farmers selling their produce on the down the street. And we don't do that anymore. We have grocery stores and everything's full of chemicals and everything else. You know, I'm not out here spitting, oh, we need to be super healthy and all this and that, but I'll tell you one thing, it ain't good for us. You know, eating processed foods and everything and not knowing 100% for sure. They can tell us it's antibiotic free or pesticide free or fertilizer free. You know, they can tell us it's all organic, but we've got to take them at our word, or at their word, sorry. When, you know, when you grow it yourself, the only person that's going to lie to you is yourself. You know what's going on your plants. You know what's going into your body when you eat these plants that you grow yourself. So I will be posting videos. I'm going to do this video, and then after this I'm going to do a full garden tour, and we'll most likely introduce Danny. He's not here right now. He's out running some errands. But, you know, between him and my wife, and I've got my dad, I live on my dad's property. I've got about an acre that on the side of the property that I live on. And it's not a perfect garden. You know, I don't have exorbitant amounts of money to go out and buy all the really nice stuff. So 95% of everything that you will see in my garden is free. I picked it up. That's what I'm about. Like, doing it as cheap as possible and showing everybody that you can do it. It takes time. I'll tell you that much. It takes time to be able to be ready, but you start small. You can save your seeds, then you don't have to buy plants the next year, and so on and so forth. Yes, I do buy plants. I'll buy seedlings, but I also do grow a lot from seed. You'll see in my tour, well, I'll explain it in my tour video, but it's small now. My envision, I'll explain in my next video too, the grand vision. But I'm gonna end it here. Thank y'all for joining in. I hope y'all enjoy my content. I will be trying to post as often as I can. I will try and read as many of the comments as I can. And please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I love everyone, and y'all have a wonderful day.